And welcome to the super fun, awesome, happy time pedal show. My name is Gabor and it is unboxing time. So you can probably kind of guess, well, by the title and by the sticky tape on here, this came from the awesome people at Multimedia. Let's open it up. Okay. So we have, we have the AXIO Solo interface. Stick that there. And we have this, which is which is the ARC software, ARC thing. Microphone. So what the ARC system is, it's basically a thing, you have this microphone, you put it in specific places in your studio and it measures the sound and it helps you calibrate your speakers and your room and lets you know how good or bad your room is. So there'll be a video on that coming up shortly. So that's the microphone for it. Just gotta download the software and then I think both Alex and I will do it. I'll do it here and we'll do it at Alex's studio, sort of calibrate the room and see what it does and how it sounds. And I'm quite excited about this because I think it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I think both of us, Alex and I, we built, you probably can't really see it, but there's always baffling and stuff in here. I did a video ages ago, I'll link to that here, of sort of my studio tour. I'll do another one, actually more recent, more now, like a more current one for this year, because it's very different to what it was back then. But we kind of build all the baffling ourselves, Alex in his studio as well, and sort of worked it out ourselves how to make it sound roughly good. And it'll be interesting to see, like, you know, if there's any problem frequencies or anything like that in the studio. So the other thing is also, I've got this now. Let's get it out of the box. So I've been doing a lot of videos with Amplitube. I really quite enjoy Amplitube. I think it's quite good software. And the good people at Multimedia have sent me the AXIO. So from now on in future, or relative future, when you see me do videos with any Amplitube stuff, I'll always use this interface. And I'll do a bit of a sort of review of this interface as well. I'm not going to do that today. Today it's just an unboxing. And the other thing I actually wanted to do, I might start doing some videos with Amplitube where I try to emulate, you know, famous musicians, famous guitar players, and try to get their sound. So if there's any particular guitar players you can think of, let me know in the comments below. I'll see what I can do. I was thinking possibly starting with, you know, guys like John Frusciante and stuff like that, and see if I can get their tones on Amplitube and just do a whole series of that. So let me know in the comments below if there's anything in particular you want to see. So this is their AXIO interface. We've got two inputs up the front. Oh no, we've got one input up the front here. There's an amp out. So I wonder if that's like a reamp kind of thing. Headphones, gain, two-tone. So input 2 is in the back. There's a mic line in, line out, USB 2. MIDI in and out, that's one of the things I'm quite interested in. My interface I'm using at the moment currently that you hear me through, the Audient ID44 interface, doesn't have MIDI, and I do have MIDI stuff here and that, but it just makes it easier having it directly on there. And I'm going to do a bunch of videos with this and trying to use, so we also got, actually, this is unrelated, well, sort of related, but unrelated. We just got these, the Air Step by Exonic. These, where are they? These ones. The Exonic Air Step, and we also got the Air Step Lite. So they just arrived. I mean, it's a sort of, you know, unrelated brand, but I want to start. This is like basically a MIDI switcher, and I want to, you know, using this, I want to be able to maybe hook up the MIDI switcher, and you know, just set up rigs, basically, like something that you could even use, you know, just to jam around at home or as rehearsal things, where you use a MIDI switcher to actually change things on Amplitube. So that's all coming. Hang on, what is in here? Is this? It's probably a USB cable, I'm going to say. Yes. So that's what you get with it. But yeah, it looks like an interesting interface. I'm going to use, you know, kind of go back and forth between both of them now, the Audient one and this one. But if you see me in future doing any IK Multimedia stuff, I'll be using this. Because you also have a, which is kind of interesting, you have a JFET input here. So it goes through JFET circuit. You've got passive and active pickups. It'll be interesting. And the two-tone going from sharp to bold. Interesting. So I'm going to be checking it out. The amp out is interesting too. So whether you can, I guess with Amplitube, there's always you can have a direct output as well. So it'd be kind of interesting if you record the direct output as well, and then you could possibly with this reamp it. So all in one box, that would be kind of cool. I mean, and especially for the price these things go for. So Gabor from the future interrupting here, or the future. Well, anyway, it's complicated. So it's a couple of days later. I didn't get a chance to actually plug it in when it first arrived, but now it's plugged in. And it couldn't have been easier. So it's, first of all, it's bus powered. So you plug the USB port into it. You don't need a power supply, and it just turns straight on. And I don't know if it had something to do with me having Amplitube installed on my computer already or not, but I didn't have to download any drivers, nothing. I just plugged it in, turned Logic on, and it instantly recognized it. It was there. So, and here it is. So now I've got the microphone, which you can't see, which is here, my LEWITT LCT440 Pure, high LEWITT people, is plugged into the back, into channel 2. You can kind of see here, there's the volume, and there's the, this is sort of the, you can see the, what is it, volume meter, the meter, I guess, going here. And I've got, now my guitar is going with this green cable, is plugged straight into the front, which I hope you can see okay. And I'll play around with a few switches, and I've just got Amplitube up in, this is just a default setting of Amplitube. So, and I thought for this today, I'm going to use this Sire H7, which is a lovely guitar, and I probably don't use often enough in videos. So I thought I'd use it today, just to get a couple of sounds. Hopefully it's in tune. Sounds close enough. So this is literally just the default setting. So this is all free. Just going into here, you can sort of see the two-tone, which is like an impedance thing, is set to here. I'm set on passive pickup, and I do have the JFET switch up. So let's just play around with it and see what it sounds like. So this is just the default sound, which sounds killer. But let's use, so I don't know, people have been asking me to, you know, and again, anyone out there, if you want me to do videos on specific amps, let me know. But let's just see, which one should I do? What about Jet City? So I'll do the JCA20H. I have no idea what that is, but that's what it is. And this is what it sounds like. That sounds killer. Again, I don't have to do much to that. It's again just a default setting. Maybe a little bit, tiny little bit more treble. I like that. Okay, so that's just the bass sound. Let's play around with this now. So let's see what happens. So the two-tone, I'm going all the way counterclockwise to, what is it called? Sharp. This is sharp. I think it's an impedance thing, right? So it will probably, as I turn it the other way, I haven't tried it yet, but as I turn it the other way, it'll kind of lose gain, I think. I'm going to imagine, or add gain. I don't know which way it is. Yeah, it changes the impedance. So I did a full video on the whole impedance thing here, which you can watch. So you can kind of pick where you want it to be, which is kind of cool. Different guitars will kind of sound differently through that. I like it sort of there. Maybe all the way is too much. But here somewhere. Okay, so currently I have the JFET circuit on. Let's turn it off and see what the difference is. At the moment here, very little difference. It's maybe a bit brighter down, maybe a bit darker up. But that sounds good to me, so I'll leave it on JFET. Now let's see, I'm guessing passive and active pickup switch is also an impedance thing. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing it'll roll off highs and the gain will go as I switch it down. That's exactly what I thought. So I wonder, is it basically... I think it's kind of the same as that. It's like a switch version of the two-tone thing, but then you can, with the two-tone thing, you can even get even more into it between active and passive pickups. So, sounds good to me. It sounds great. And then, yeah, this is the gain for this. Monitor out. I've got the monitor out happening at the moment. Master out, headphone out, which is this one. Sounds good to me. And that Jet City sounds great as well. Let's crank the gain. Let's get rid of gain, see how quiet it gets. I mean, how clean it gets. That's a great sound. Let's try this one more time. Can't quite put my finger on it what it actually is, but I probably prefer it on the JFET setting. It seems to be a bit warmer, little warmer, yeah, maybe less top end, I don't know, something like that, possibly. So that's the settings. So I reckon let's leave it at that. So that's put this down. So that was a quick first look back to me in the past. So a big thank you to the awesome people at Multimedia for this and for the ARC system. So stay tuned for a video on this. Stay tuned for a video on us tuning our rooms. And then more amplitude videos using the AX IO. And like I said, let me know if there's any particular guitar players you would like me to do like a sounds like kind of thing, you know, trying to replicate their sounds in amplitude or similar sort of sounds anyway. Let me know in the comments below. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, I was thinking one of the first ones I might try someone like John Frusciante, just because I don't know if people know this, but I played in the Chili Peppers tribute band for a little while, and he was sort of quite a big influence on me, I think, when I first started playing guitar. Blood Sugar Sex Magic in 1991. I was 13 when that came out, and that was that and Nevermind, with probably two albums that kind of shaped me as a guitar player more than anyone else. So maybe Nirvana and John Frusciante, just to kind of go back So Kurt Cobain and John Frusciante, that might be the first two I do. But yeah, comments below. And that's it. Once again, big thank you, IK Multimedia. See you next time. Bye.